Hey everyone, welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting and another episode of Cash or Trash, where we talk about the hot comics of this week, and I give my opinions that are sure to be wrong, because, yeah, they're often wrong. But I try to use logic, which doesn't work in the comic book collecting industry. But hey, we have fun with it. Got my crew. It looks like it's starting to pop in here that hangs out with me while I do this. I appreciate you guys all being here. So yeah, we got 17 books this week. We're going to be talking about the CBSI Hot Top 10 from Friday, the Comic Town Key Collector Hottest Trending Comics of the Week from yesterday. We look at both those lists today. I make predictions. Then 6 weeks from now, we can make fun of my predictions when we see what actually happened. So there you go. Let's see who all is in this chat already. We had X11 Bravo hanging out early, and looks like he's still here. We got Unruly also hanging out early, who's still here. GT Key Comic. Sometimes I can't speak. Deep House, what is going on? Sam, I am. What is going on, my friend? I hope you're having a good Sunday. Air Spider. Excuse me. What is going on? Mr. Randman, 91, Geeks and Drinks. Welcome. Some D-Run guy. I think this is a new, anybody know this D-Run person? I think this is a new channel. Irish and not doing last night. I got everything. I got up, did my 4-mile run at like 7 o'clock this morning. So hate me now, George. I will freely admit I was maybe not quite as drunk as I was letting on. I had a good buzz, but I wasn't hammered. So, yeah. So, what is going on? Dreadnox, what is happening? Let's see. John, welcome. Sure, Cam, what is going on? Cameron. Well, that book is on the list, so we will be talking about it a little bit. Yeah, see that beer before liquor. I was worried about you when you made the switch from all that beer to Screwball. It's like, that seemed like a bad idea. Reverse Amoeba, what is happening? Dr. Lovebox, turn up. Am I quiet? Can you guys hear me? I don't know. Last night for sure it was whiskey. Yeah. Well, George had several beers before he decided to dip into the whiskey, which is always a mistake. Always a mistake, but hey. So, all right, gang. So, I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. I appreciate Jaguar. What's going on? Okay, hear me fine. That's good. So, as always, we're looking at this week's list. I'm making predictions. These are my types of predictions that I make. Things are either straight cash, homie. Books I think are going to keep going up. We got our worth it books that I think are probably going to stay in the range they're at, but maybe a little more, good deals. I'll be back, probably drop back a little bit, but not a terrible deal if you buy it right now. It's a trap. Don't buy this right now. It's way too high. You're at a peak. Come on, man. What are we thinking? And then, of course, we got our ever-present dumpster fires. So we always got a few of those, it seems like. So those are how I break the books down and give my predictions. Let's see who else has jumped in here. It doesn't look like everybody's just talking to each other. It was definitely D-Runk After Dark. He was, but we had a good time. So let's get into these books. Sort of. We're going to start with not really single books. CBSI put all these Marvel packs on the list because people are just buying them like crazy. Hey, Comic Star, what is happening? What's going on, Ian? So they put them on the list, even though there's no real price for these. They're going for the Walmart value. But they decided to put them on there. I guess the only thing I'll say about this is good luck. I don't know where to throw this in. I do wonder if some of these ratios are probably going to drop in price as more of them hit the market. Some of them probably weren't worth that much anyway. So, yeah, it's just kind of a potluck kind of thing, I think, really is what you're going to. We'll say, don't be that guy. I went into my Walmart this morning, and there were several of these that were not opened, that had the orange sticker, looked like they were recent editions. Actually, there was one with this book as the front book that had not been opened. There was probably 4 or 5, but there was also about 10 or 12 other ones that had been opened where people had looked, and it was just like, good grief. I decided not to pull the trigger because the one book I might actually be interested in, because I don't care that much about incentives, is the next book on our list, and that is re-hit the list this week, ASM 55, the 1 in 50 second print. My Walmart usually has them. Just, yeah, my store, but I live in a rural area. There's probably, I don't think there's very many other collectors, because a lot of times I can find that Walmart stuff. But I mean, there's obviously a few, but there's not a ton of other people that go looking for them. But this hit the list this week because there was kind of renewed interest in this. This 1 in 50 was back up to $50 raw. 9.8s are still going for around 200. And I'll be honest, what I looked for was all of those ones with the orange sticker that were unopened. I looked for this white spine. And if there'd been a white spine buried in there, I probably would have grabbed it, because I would have tried to get this book. There were none that had the obvious white spine. And I was like, so I left them. So somebody else can get some 1 in 1,000 or whatever. So, yeah, supposedly there's all kinds of stuff in there, and Gleason isn't happy. There's supposedly like store variants. There's all kinds of stuff. It's kind of a crappy deal, I think, especially the store variant stuff. But so to me, this book has kind of just been worth it the whole time. It's got a little bit of renewed interest. It's been hanging around. It's probably been more of an I'll be back the last 6 months. I put it as worth it at $50. That's right at ratio. I doubt there's that many of them that show up. My guess is this is going to stay a $50 book. So yeah, that's kind of where I stuck with this on this thing. Walmart Books is on eBay at ridiculous. Yeah, not worth it. Not worth it. An alien variant that is not destroyed. There was one with an alien book on the front, but I didn't look. Yeah, I didn't look for any other packs. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, cat is jumping. Yeah. That's basically what I was doing. I went and looked for the white spines. If there wasn't one, I didn't worry about it. Yeah, Gleason is pissed. White spines is what everyone's looking for. Some people have found a 1 in 1,000 Venom. McFarlane, nice. All right, so that's the deal going on here. Like, I think this book's probably worth. I think most of these, you might find something that actually doesn't. I'm sure the market's going to flood a little bit with some of these. But yeah, good luck if you can find one. There you go. So next, we're going to move into Noctura, number 1. So I wasn't completely clear on why this is on the list. It's only going for $4. A 9.8 goes for 70 of an image number 1, which is not that crazy out of line for most image number 1s. Tom and Russ hinted at maybe there were some option rumors. Maybe there's just that the series has been getting some buzz as it's went along. But it's still only going for $4. Increase. They put it on the list because there was a 150% increase in sales this week, which isn't even that huge an increase in sales numbers. I guess worth it. It's going for cover price. Okay. I don't know. I mean, if it's going for cover price, I guess. I read, I think the first 2 issues and gave up on it. It just didn't hit me that well, but Sir Cam's liking the Noctura. Great book. Sam likes the series. I don't know. It wasn't enough for me. I may go back and read the trade, but it wasn't enough for me to collect. Let me put it that way. Which I'm very hard. I don't collect many indies. So yeah, like I said, I read the first 2 and I was like, I'll get the trade at some point. But I don't understand being on a list at $4. I don't understand. Hey, Ian, what's going on? Yeah, option rumors. Well, that was like there was rumors, but I don't know. Yeah, if you can get it if you can get it for cover price, still jump on it. That's why I say worth it. So there you go. Next, we got the Recount on the list for the second week in a row. Last week it was hitting $15 to $20, and I said it was a trap because these things never happen very quickly. And now it's hitting $40 to $50 based on that same news. So here you go. $40 to $50 on a book that doesn't have that big of a following, and a scout book that they tend not to get them made. And I doubt it happens anytime in the next 3 or 4 years. Why are you paying $40, $50? That's a dumpster fire. That is, yeah, I just don't see any reason to go for that. That just seems crazy. Number 6 is the last, I think it's the last issue of the first arc, but I thought they were doing more than one arc, but maybe I'm wrong on that. I thought that was going to be, it was going longer than 6, but that's a good question, Deepas. I do not know. Never heard it. That's me. Yeah. Yeah. It's more than, I thought it was a trap last week at 20. It's at 40 to 50. It's a dumpster fire. Pretty much. It's on a list that falls off. Then like, oh, falls off. Yeah. Next, we're going to move on from the recount. We got Adam Hughes hitting the list again. This has been on the list a couple of different times. I don't know why I clapped my hands. Sorry, making loud noises. It's our first cover of the week. I was talking about this being too much at $300 for raw copies, that kind of stuff. It's now $1,000 for a raw copy of this. Yeah. Sorry, my dog is doing something. Okay, I think it's okay. He was making strange. There were strange noises coming from the other room. So, yeah, this is insane. Then it's clear up to $1,000 for this series. But it's sexy. It's a sexy lady. It's Adam Hughes. It's probably fairly hard to find. As a matter of fact, I only saw one listed when I looked it up today to make sure what year it was from. So even at $1,000, it just keeps going. I've been calling this an I'll be back. I've been wrong consistently. So at this point, I'm just going to jump on the train. It's straight cash. There's not enough of them for what the people that want them. I wouldn't pay $1,000 for it, but I get the feeling people are going to keep paying really high numbers for this. So there you go. Yeah. Let's say dope kills. It's pop kill. Pop, P-O-P. But yeah, it does kind of look that way a little bit. I want to say, I said it was a trap at $300 or $400. Now it's $1,000. So I just give up. I'm just the market is, the people want it. It's $1,000. It's probably going to stay worth that. I wouldn't pay that for it, but there you go. Yeah. I don't know why anyone would pay that much for it. I don't know. Hey, Louie, what's going on, man? I didn't see you come in. So there you go. But I'm not going to say that's coming back down because I don't think it's going to, which is just crazy to me. But there you go. Next, we got a little Momoko love on our covers. This is Defenders #1, the 1 in 50. And it's basically like the main, except it's different colors. It's Silver Surfer Black instead of Silver Surfer. So that's kind of the difference. And there's some other color differences going on here. This 1 in 50 is set at $75, $80 right now. Week of release. Typically 1 in 50s, if they don't go over that $100 mark, they're going to settle basically just above ratio. So I would call this an I'll be back. This is not a Momoko that's really taken off. Like I said, it is the same line art as the main cover. It's just different. It's Silver Surfer Black instead of Silver Surfer. And she didn't color. Yeah, she's not the colorist here. Well, I don't know if she does or not, but to me, this is an I'll be back. Standard issue, I'll be back, 1 in 50. It jumped up a little bit above ratio. It didn't even make double. It'll be back to ratio slightly above or ratio slightly below. That's where I guess it settles. So, let's see. Yeah, she isn't doing all her. Definitely a ton, but yeah. Overexposed for sure. Yes, that's the regular variant. The regular variant is just he's silver. Yeah. So there you go. Next, we got Nice House on the Lake, the #1, the third print. 1 in 25, which I could have done without DC starting jumping on this whole, let's do incentives of second and third prints like Marvel's been doing for a long time now. Could have done without this, but this series has been hot. So they threw one in here with basically all the characters and what they do. It's kind of character guide, which if it's that good, wouldn't you know who the characters are? I don't know. I haven't been reading this. But this 1 in 25 is sitting at 80 to 100, which means triple to quadruple ratio. Here's the thing. Like, typically, it gets the triple on a 1 in 25. It usually stays up. Once it crosses that threshold, it gets triple, quadruple. They usually stay higher. But in this case, I think higher is like double to triple ratio, not triple to quadruple. The other thing is, this is only a 12-issue maxi. Tinian's leaving. I think they claim he has finished it. But I also know it's going on hiatus. I'm calling this and I'll be back. We'll see if they stick the landing on this, but it's not, to me, the art's not that spectacular. And yeah, it's a third print. It's a third print ratio, and the market has suddenly decided that third, fourth, fifth prints are great because there's a bunch of second and third prints on here this week. It's a horizontal cover, which I don't particularly like. Yeah. Oh, no, but people do, David. They do. So you can't, yeah, you can't keep people buy what they want, and not everybody. The hiatus is definitely coming, so that's going to kill it. I don't know about this, but we'll see. It's got to finish well. It's got a lot of buzz right now. It's got it on hiatus. It's got to finish. To me, though, this is definitely an I'll be back. Next, the book everybody was mentioning before we started, Batman Urban Legends. What is this number? I don't even know what number this is. 6. And Tom made the comment about Tim Drake being on the cover. That's not Tim Drake. That is supposed to be the story related to Red Hood. That's Batman and Red Hood. That's Jason on the cover. So that's not Tim Drake on the cover, for one thing. But this is obviously Tim Drake exploring his sexuality. I don't know what else to put it is. He comes out as potentially being bi, or at least like investigating whether he is or what. So Dr. Lovebox is going trap. This book is jumped up to $30 to $50 thanks to the media attention. So here's the thing on this. I don't have a problem with the storyline. I don't have a problem with that. Anything. If that's why I think it's coming back down, that's not it. I don't think it'll hold because this kind of stuff doesn't usually hold. Weddings and deaths and character changes like this that aren't, even if it's permanent, like they made Iceman gay. What's that book worth? Like wedding books, these kind of things just typically don't hold. What's the Batawang worth now? What's Batman Dan worth? Nothing. These things just don't tend to have, they have a huge buzz. Everybody wants it. And then everybody forgets about it. And that's even if it goes forward, then it just becomes part of the character. I don't see this book holding long term. Now, I don't think it never is cover price. Like it never becomes cover price. But I don't think it holds at, where we at, 30 to 50? No, there's no way. This is an I'll be back for sure. My guess is this is a $15, $20 book down the road and probably forever. Sam's thinking exactly where I'm at, $15, 15, 20. Yeah. I don't think you get it for cover. I think it'll take more than a month, but 6 months, my guess is it's a 20 to 30. A year from now, it's a 10 to 20. It's probably, yeah. So, yep. It's a trap, which if it drops all the way back to 20, it probably is a trap instead of an I'll be back, which is what I wrote down. But, yeah. So, yes, this is my point. Yeah. That Alpha Flight book, I don't even remember which book it is where Iceman is. Yeah. The one in 500. Unfortunately, that's not that, wouldn't actually be that surprising. So, all right, next up we got Peacemaker #1. So this is a response to both Suicide Squad movie and news this week that the Peacemaker show has wrapped. So we're going to be getting it probably sooner rather than later. This is a mini series from 1988. The first kind of DC Peacemaker series, I believe. It shouldn't, but it still is. I agree. But so this is basically the first appearance of his dad, which people are speculating may appear also in the show, but it's also a DC book. So this has jumped up to, I lost my place on the page, $25 for raw copies. A 9.8 went for $280. Here's the thing. 6 months from now, we're probably going to be getting the show because it has already wrapped. It is a hideous. You are correct, sir. It is a hideous cover. David is very negative today. That's okay. I actually really enjoyed the movie. So, and I think they did pretty good streaming numbers, but maybe I'm wrong on that. But I know nobody went to the theater, but if you could watch it at home, people are watching it at home right now. Anyway, my guess is 6 months from now, the show is going to be coming out. Like, I want to say I'll be back, but because I do a 6 month review or a trap even, because will people care 2 years from now? Probably not. Will people care 6 months from now when the show is coming out and if his dad appears? Probably. I don't want to say straight cast on this though, because I don't think there's a higher ceiling necessarily on this, but I put it as worth it. So yeah, I put it as worth it just because of the timing of when I do these reviews and the look backs. It is not a CW show, Ian. It is an HBO Max show. Which means it'll have all the violence and all that kind of stuff that like he showed in the movie. Yeah. I think really long term, probably, but like again, I'm just talking like I have to think about it also on my timeline. Could be really good. So there you go. Unless it becomes so. People are disagreeing with me on this one. My guess is it's probably worth it over the next 6 months. But 2 years from now, yeah, it's a $5 book because nobody's gonna care. So there you go. I don't know how they pull that off. Definitely not an exciting book for sure. Not a book I would chase. All right, next we got Detective Comics 355 or 585. 350. 585. I don't even know where I got 585. Brain doesn't work. First appearance of Ratcatcher. So this book jumped, but then it dropped off because we found out she wasn't going to be like the original. Raw copies now are $30. 9.8 is going for $400. And we did see the original Ratcatcher in the movie, but the character that everybody was interested in isn't the character that, like, she is not this character. She's his daughter. This is not her first appearance. She may continue in something else, but what? I probably should have put this as, come on, man. I wrote down Trap. I wrote down, because it's not even the same character. And she was cool and I enjoyed her, but yeah, it's really like, come on, man. This is probably the more appropriate response. I'm pretty sure. My guess is they do. And then obviously that book would be a book if they bring her back, which I think she was popular enough. We'll see. The reports I'm hearing now is he's not necessarily signing on to do another Suicide Squad, that they're talking about bringing him in to do a Sirens movie, which I would be all for. I would love to see him do another Suicide Squad movie, but yeah, I don't think so. I don't think she exists in the comics. At least not that I know of. If she does, someone correct me in the chat. I've never heard of a second Ratcatcher. And if so, why is that book not spiking and this book is? But it says Ratcatcher. It does say Ratcatcher. No. There you go. So yeah, the first appearance of her dad is right here. There you go. And he was in the movie too, I guess. But yeah, I don't know why I'd be buying this book right now. Next, Suicide Squad, the #1 from this year, the AMC theater limited to theaters variant. And oh my gosh, is that an ugly image of Harley? Like her face looks weird. It does have King Shark on it, which I'm sure is part of it. And it's obviously was limited to you can only get in the theaters. It's only going for $10 to $15. But again, will anyone care about this 6 months after the movie's been out? Probably not. This would be a trap if it was going for more than $10 or $15 in my mind. It's an I'll be back because it's only $10 or $15. But yeah, no, to me, there's nothing going on here. It's not even a good cover. My thing is, it might be limited, but it's not even a good cover. Like, I guess it's kind of a cool image of King Shark, but the other two don't look good. I think Harley looks horrible on that cover. So, yeah. All right, next, we got Teen Titans Annual #2. The Javelin. Was the Javelin on the cover? Wait, no, oh, she's holding the Javelin. Yeah. Okay, I was like, wait, he was in the background? This is, yeah. Once the movie goes away, nobody's going to care about that book. So Teen Titans Annual #2, first appearance of Vigilante, hitting the list because we have casting for Vigilante and that he is going to be a part of the Peacemaker show, which you guys were all just dumping on like 5 minutes ago. $25, 9.8 for 200. Again, the show is probably going to be coming out. He'll be making his appearance. And on this one, I actually still went with I'll be back instead of worth it. So I kind of, contrary to what I just said on the Peacemaker book, we don't know yet what the portrayal of this character is. We don't know how he's going to be used. I would lean toward I'll be back. My guess is, the other thing is, I think we're going to get a lull between now and then. So for sure, between now and 6 months, it's an I'll be back. At the 6 month mark, if he's appearing and the show is actually going on, then it might be more. But for me, I would definitely put this as an I'll be back. Why are people saying that's a good question? There was some great memes about that, like people, comic flippers chasing the first appearance of Starro when the trailer came out. So there were some awesome memes about that. The shark way, yeah, because the artist apparently can draw sharks, but he can draw people. So, well, it kept hitting the list before because that's who everyone thought Idris Elba was playing, which he did not. So, and this other actor I've never even heard of, so it doesn't mean he's not good. It just means, yeah. Nobody wants that star. But yeah, nobody cares about that book. Jaguar Station. I would love to find one. That's for sure. I would love to find one. Yeah. There you go. All right. We're going to move on from Vigilante. Let's see what we got. Next up, we're moving into, the rest of the list is MCU / Marvel. So that was the last of the DC's Suicide Squad related stuff. Forget about Starro. I'm on Jarro. There you go. I think I actually have that Jarro book. Hey Mel, what is going on, man? I'm most of the way through the two lists from this week, but welcome. Glad to hang out for what we got. 5 books left. There you go. Hawkeye #9, the second print of this Kate Bishop cover. 9.8 went for $1,160 this week, and 9.6 went for $800. Now this is pretty hard to find. This thing has been slowly climbing anyway. It's had some lulls. It's been climbing. We know the show is coming. So here's where I'm on this. Long term, this is another one. Timing is everything. Long term, I think this is definitely an I'll be back, if not a trap. That this is too much. I know there's not a lot of these, but shows coming out right around the end of the year, 6 months from now. So we're mid-August, so mid-September, mid-October, mid-November, mid-December, mid-January. So we're going to be about a month after this show goes away, because it's starting in mid-November. It's at least 6 episodes, so 6 weeks takes you to basically the end of December. So you're talking about I'm going to be doing this list, I guess technically in February. So maybe I should put it as starting to be an I'll be back at that point. At the moment I have it as worth it. But yeah, we'll see how much. It is maybe the best Kate Bishop cover. It's definitely close. Timing wise, I just think there's going to be, unless the show tanks, which none of these Marvel shows have done yet, unless she's just bad, which I think the actress is good enough. I don't think that's going to happen. I think this is still going to be riding this high 6 months from now. I put it as worth it. I don't know that it goes anywhere up from this. It seems really, really high, but because it's not really a key, it's just a rare cover. Yeah, it might be a little bit higher in 6 months. I think you should already bought it. Top 3, according to Mel. He would know better than me. He knows all them covers, I swear. Nice. Good for you. It's a great series. I've read it. It's a great series. So, yeah, the time to buy was about 18 months ago on this book, for sure. So, yeah, I'm still going to say worth it for the 6 months just because of the timing of the show. Oh, he's saying time to get it now. That's interesting. I would have thought he would have been like too late, but I think it's almost too late for sure on that one. Next, we got Invincible Iron Man, #1. Also the second print. Also super hard to find, apparently, based just on numbers, and actually finding the second print is very hard to find. This is a pretty rare second print. It went raw for $500 this week. Another one I'm not completely sure of. We don't know yet the timing, but we're still going to be, in my guess, it's 6 months from now, we're still going to be before the show. Maybe we'll have images. Unreleased going, meh. Yeah. So this one, I think, if anything, probably in 6 months is higher, because at that point we might have timing on the show. We might be running up to the show. Yeah. So I'm leaning towards straight cash on this one, just for the, because we won't have seen her yet, but we will be getting really close to seeing her. And I think that's where I'm going. And see, David despises this character, so I feel like his opinion on this, but yeah, he does not like it. But here's the thing. Her show will not be out. She will not have failed yet at this point. It's a second print. It's hard to find. My guess is it's worth at least this in 6 months. Because the show will not have aired yet. We'll still be in the lead up. At that point, we'll probably be getting images. We might even get a trailer at that point. Yeah. Charles is too much. I think, long term, probably, but I don't know. I've been wrong many times before. Now this I agree with. I'm not a big fan of this, the second print thing, but the market is saying second prints are worth money. Unruly has the same stance I do. You might second print is more incentives, I think. And like, just because I'm giving like what I think is going to happen with this book doesn't mean that's what I wouldn't pay that for this book. I don't personally think it should be worth this, but I don't determine the market. That is very clear. So, and that's what I'm trying to report on. So, yeah, I knew this book would stir some controversy, but I think it's probably going to be worth this, if not more, in 6 months, because the show cannot have failed. She cannot have failed as a character yet, even if you don't like the character. So, the AMC stock, yeah. $100, it'll say $100, don't see it go much higher. There you go. Yeah. This is Louis. Yeah, people are going to be talking about it. True enough. If the show does well, then yeah, this book is not coming back. Next. This one seems completely random to me. This is Moon Knight #13. We did get a Moon Knight image this week, but this is, only thing key about this is it's the first time he meets Daredevil. So people are specking that maybe Daredevil, like Charlie Cox, is supposedly still around. Yes, she does get the Ironheart name in that story. You are correct. Is it that story, or is it? I know there was some argument about it maybe actually being issue 3 when she actually gets the Ironheart armor or whatever. But yeah, great book, but $30 now. Going for raw copies based off what? I don't know where the jump is. What's causing this jump for real? But a 9.6 is only 90, which seems like a pretty cheap, honestly. So for this old of a book, so I don't know. I'm torn on this. To me, it's just kind of an I'll be back. I think you could probably find it in back issue bins for cheaper. People aren't going to dig this. This is not one people are digging out in terms of like stores and stuff and putting on the wall. I just dig back issues for this. Yeah. So yeah, that image. I know a lot of people thought it looked good. I thought it looked awful. I'm not gonna lie. I thought that image looked awful. I'm sure it'll look better when it's actually like not that kind of image and actually on screen and on film. Mighty Mel likes it. I am definitely in the minority in thinking the outfit looked terrible in that image, but that's me. It just, yeah, this one's just kind of random. Who buys this? Why? Yeah, it's just kind of a random book. To me, it's definitely an I'll be back just because. All right, last 2 books are both have to do with the What If episode. We got first up, we got Exiles, number 3. First, Peggy Carter as Captain America. Obviously, in the show, they didn't give her the Captain America thing. They gave her like the United Kingdom colors instead, and they call her Captain Carter. This book is going for $50 raw right now. 9.8 is going for $500. Here's the thing. When will this book ever be hotter? I know there's been some calls this week. People are going, oh, I'd love to see this in live action. Odds are that's not going to happen. First Captain Carter, yeah. They do call her Captain America, not Captain Carter, but yes. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I just didn't like it. What else? No. Melissa, she might. But my point on this is the hottest this book will ever be. I don't think we see it. I don't think we see a live action. I mean, they gave her a show once. They gave her an Agent Carter show once already. It didn't do great. I really enjoyed that show. It just didn't do that well. Like, I don't know that it settles in 7 days, but next week we're going to be on to a completely different What If. This is not even a series to keep like getting. We're not going to get more. I just don't think we're going to get more. I don't think. To me, this is absolutely an I'll be back. You could argue a trap because I just don't think it ever gets hotter than it is right now. So don't buy it right now. I enjoyed the episode. I thought it was great. But I think he's talking about the actual Agent Carter show. I love that. She'll be in season 2. Have they said that? So maybe then you get another thing. You're still going to have a huge lull between now and then. To me, this is an I'll be back. I don't see it continuing to push. Yeah. So expect come from What If show will only be flavors of the minute. That's kind of my feeling on that. 1 minute wonder. There you go. I would wait for it to come down. It might surge again if they have another episode, but there's just not enough here to sustain it, I don't think. And that goes the same thing for now. This has always been a higher book. This is that 1 in 10 incentive of the same book with the Rosie the Riveter homage. This one goes raw for $250 to $300. 9.8 hit 1,000, which is woof. But again, never be hotter. I would just be patient. So there you go. Maybe now we'll get the Watcher in a skirt. Character has been confirmed for coming back. I still stand by. I'll be back. I don't think there's enough here to keep it pushing at these prices. So if it's Marvel canon, yeah, there you go. But I don't think it's going to be. I don't think we're going to get actual Haley Atwell in live action getting a movie. I just don't see it. So yeah. All right. So that's all the books this week. I think you guys disagree with me a lot this week. But that's okay. So I'm wrong a lot. So, it's What If canon. Yeah, this is true. It's What If canon. Yeah, and technically all of that's canon now, according with we got the multiverse. Everything's real. Everything happened. But to me, that's not a book I would chase. for those kind of prices. So, but that's just me. So I want to thank you guys. I appreciate it, Mel. Take care, everyone. I'm going to get out of here. We're 40 minutes in. We will be doing a whatever report tonight. I think we'll be playing D&D over on Big Will's channel. Tuesday night, I got Invincible on the Indie Show. Thursday night, I got Fables on the Indie Show. Wednesday night, I'll be hanging out on Tales from the Flip Side. So I'll be hanging out over there on Wednesday on their Wednesday show. And then I got PlanetCon next weekend. So I don't know what my schedule will be next weekend. If I'll get one of these done, probably depends on if I go to the con on Sunday, I will not get one of these done. I don't know that I'm going to go all 3 days. I'm going to go Friday and Saturday for sure. But there's been a lot of cancellations. I don't know that I'll still want to go do the third day. So if I don't do the third day, I might get up and be inspired to do this next Sunday, but no promises. So that's what I got coming out later, everybody. I appreciate, as always, all the support, you guys hanging out and telling me I'm wrong. I like it. So we will catch you later.